escargot if we were in France. It is just after 7 in the morning. It's like 7:05. Slept super well. Not a single snorer in the room. And nobody had an alarm. As a matter of fact, it was 6:30 before I naturally opened my eyes and looked at my watch and said, holy cow, it's 6:30 and no one's making a peep. So, got my stuff together, feeling good. I am on the search, of course, for coffee and bread. Haven't had anything yet this morning. Today, let me wake up a little bit before I talk about today. I want to tell you about the planned stage, what my plan is, what my optional plan is. I want to clarify a story that's been going around the Camino. Haha, I love this. And yeah, and I think that'll do it for the night. I don't want to go this way. Yeah, I better be careful. I don't want to go the wrong way. I'll see you later. Buen camino. Look at this. Okay, still looking for that coffee and bread, but passing by another super cool building that I did not see yesterday. I don't even know what this building is. I should take a picture. And I was able to get some cash out while I was passing through Plaza Mayor. Every time you do that before the banks are open, it's a big risk. So I'm happy I got my card back. I'm going to take a picture, keep walking. Ciao. Oh, this looks like a nice garden. I'd love to have explored this. Why didn't I come here yesterday? I didn't even know I was here. It's okay. Café con leche. Zumo de naranja. All they had was like croissants in a bag. I'm not feeling that. I will find a place for a real croissant or otherwise, but for now, coffee and juice will do. Ciao. What a lovely, lovely morning in Via Franca del Bierzo. Okay, so just pounded that coffee and orange juice, feel good, have a little bit of energy now. I don't think I need any medicine today. My shin feels good. So the other night I iced it really good, I massaged it, and then yesterday I took a little Nurofen before my walk and took it easy and did plenty of stretching last night, so okay, doing great. Today, most people climb to O Cebreiro is their stage. And I'm going to show you things while I talk. The climb to O Cebreiro is about 800 meters. So, almost 2,500 vertical feet today. And it's up and up and up. And that happens over about 27 kilometers. Look at this piece of art. I love this. It happens over 27 kilometers. But I believe that I am going to try to go even further than that. I would like to go to perhaps the next town after O Cebreiro. This is very cool. This guy's epic. Look at my friend over there. We're both filming our little vlogs. Incredible. I see you on the way, brother. So, This is really a picturesque town. So 800-meter ascent all day. We're going up and up and up. I think it might be somewhere over there, but I'm not sure. I don't know which way. Could be that way. We could be just going up here. So it's an all-day climb. I'm going further than the typical stage, and here's why. Over the last few days, it has become evident that not only are multiple paths converging on the Frances as we head towards Santiago, that's why the scallop shell, among other reasons, is one of the symbols of the Camino. So when we look at this scallop shell here, and I try not to get hit by this car, is that there are multiple ways, and they all make their way to Santiago. And we're getting to a point where many of the paths are converging together, which means more pilgrims, which means more competition for resources and beds and things like that. You've heard me talk in the last few days about some internal frustrations with the behavior of other pilgrims, and the number of other pilgrims is probably soon going to become something that frustrates me unless I actively manage that. And one approach to actively manage that for me is to get off the main stages. So today, wow, I love these. That's incredible. So today, I'm going to try something. Most people go to O Cebreiro and stop because there's a lot of services there. I am going to make my way through O Cebreiro, make sure I take advantage of the services that I need. I already got cash this morning. I'm going to make sure I hit a grocery store so I can get some pasta and some noodles and maybe some cheese and maybe some bread. There's no services in the town that I'm going to. And then I will continue on and get ahead of the pack. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, I might do it twice. The next day. I might do that again and then go another town. I think there's only like 5 or 6 days until Santiago, which is wild. And then again, and then I've got a few days planned after that. And so a few days after that, 4 days to Finisterre, perhaps. I'm playing it by ear. And I know I was tinkering with the idea of booking ahead all the way. I still may do that, but I'm going to try this approach first of going off stage to see what it looks like. Okay, so that's the plan for the day. I also have the option of stopping early if my body's not cooperating, and then I can cancel my reservation. I didn't have to put a deposit down or anything like that. And then there's also the ones that I've been complaining about, right? I could jump on a taxi and make my way to my end destination after I've walked all day. I don't know. It is what it is. There's a lot of ways to do it. There's no pilgrim purity tests here. We've talked about that plenty. But it would be funny if after all my bitching and moaning, you saw Joe get on a taxi. And I would tell you if I did. This is 100% authentic experience you're getting from me. Okay, I'm going to think about this next thing. It's a story, a legend that is growing on the Camino, as a matter of fact, within our bubble. And in the words, well, let me put it this way. There is a legend growing, and I was part of the legend. And at first, I believed the legend that was growing. But I heard something yesterday that made me think again. And I wonder, is this the truth? Or do we need to add some more information? And so in the words of Mark Twain, first get your facts straight, then you can distort them. And I'm going to tell you all about it, okay? Ja, buen camino. You wondering where to go?
Yeah.
He may be taking a different path. Out of curiosity, I just looked up what possible detour that guy was trying to get back to. There is a different one that runs a little bit north of where we're going, not too far. It runs through some different towns, and it is apparently even a little bit longer, only another 1.5k, but rather hilly. The elevation, I mean, this is hilly. That is apparently even more difficult, and it's ups and downs. But I believe this one largely runs along this road. So typically you may see me favor a route like that instead of one that just follows the road, but this is already going to be hard enough, and I'm pushing pretty far today, so I don't see any reason why I would want to make it harder on myself. I'm going to stop, take off a layer, maybe grab my bag of peanuts, and I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao. That is where I just came from. Yeah, I mean, already a pretty good morning. Took off a layer, got my bag of peanuts, honey roasted peanuts. That is going to give me enough power probably to get up to wherever the next town is, where I can sit and get like a ham and cheese bocadillo or something. The coffee and the juice were good. Great start. I need something with a little more fuel. And I realized that my regular water bottle, the one I drink from on a regular basis, let's see if I can get it out right here. I didn't fill it up all the way. I mean, I did last night, and then I woke up and drank half of it during the night. So I just need to find a fuente to fill it up all the way, or that'll be also something I do at the place wherever I find a little snack, is I'm going to have them fill up my water bottle. Anyway, that's all that's on my mind. I'm still thinking about how to tell the story with a little bit more context. I think I figured it out. It's going to be good, and I'm going to practice it with you, so then I can share it with a captive audience on the Camino. The legend will grow. Buen Camino. Okay, just popping in to capture my calculations and thoughts again for the day, as I've recalculated and rethought. I am set to do what I estimate is 33 kilometers today. I'm going to translate that into miles. So 10 kilometers is 6 miles. 10 times 3. And then add 10%. So 6 times 3 is 18. Add 10%. We're going to call it 20 miles I'm going to do today. Uphill. And it gets very steep, increasingly steep as we get towards the end of the day. And then after O Cebreiro, it will be a bit of a descent, but not much. I think if I average out a fast pace, which I'm briskly walking now, a fast pace when I can, and just kind of go into mountain goat mode with the sticks when it starts to get a little bit steeper, and just kind of push a little bit, I think I can carry an average of 2 miles an hour. 20 miles at 2 miles an hour, 10 hours. Plus an hour of lunch, breaks, and faffing about. So 11 hours total between start and end for me today. That's my basic, super basic calculation. Everything subject to change, of course. Started just a touch after 7 a.m. So that means albergue, around 6 p.m. Hachi machi. What did I do? But it's okay. There's nothing to do in this town other than go to the albergue, cook my dinner, and sleep. So I think manageable. I think I can do it. It'll put me ahead of the pack. And It will impose some discipline on me, I guess. Yeah, so I just wanted to document this for myself so I can look back and say how wrong I was and how things went off the rails. Again, all of it is subject to change. That is my plan. And we're gonna keep going. I think I figured out how to tell this story, guys. It's gonna be a good one, at least for me. And you will have been a witness to the inception and the clarity that comes from a retelling of an epic tale. Buen camino. If the roads look just a little bit different and the signs weren't in kilometers, I'd say we were in Colorado right now. This is beautiful. River running down there. Mountains up there. A road up to a pass. I love this. Very cool. I love seeing the clouds up there. Seems like we're getting up here, but we haven't even started going up. I know as soon as I get around this corner here, I'm gonna see a mountain range that is gonna make me shudder. I can even see it a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, enhance. Ooh, enhance. Yeah, we haven't even started to climb yet, guys. We haven't even started. Okay. Vamos. Back off the highway adjacent road again. That water is rushing and it's beautiful and it sounds nice. And it's lush and green, shady. And I saw the back of a building, which made me excited, thinking that I could get a proper breakfast, but I'm not so sure about it. Beggars can't be choosers. I probably should have just grabbed a cold pre-wrapped croissant at my stop this morning, but I thought there would be a better opportunity for something fresher. Bad decision. It's okay. This is gorgeous. There's some actually pretty impressive sized trees here. I mean, it's not like a redwood, but that's easily 6 feet in diameter. What a lovely path. Lovely path away from the highway. See, let's look at some of this lumber here. It's a nice stump. All the burls on that thing. Ah. Yeah, not so bad, not so bad. Hola, gato. Jungle cat. Beware of jungle cats. Along the path, what a strange place to stack and age and cure lumber. I thought typically this should happen in a shelter, because this is a rainy area, and isn't that stuff gonna warp? Very strange. You see the scraps that are tied together. You see the dimensional lumber that has been cut and stacked to cure and age. And you see some stumps for firewood, I suppose. Ah, you know what we also see? I don't need to say it. You already know what I'm gonna say. That is an opportunity. Boo, está cerrado. But I see maybe another place up there. See, here's more dimensional lumber stacked. And there's a big curing shed. So why is the dimensional lumber not in there? Unless that is just simply where the mill is. No sé, señores. I mean, I just smelled it. It does smell fresh. Yeah, this is actually where the mill is. But I'm surprised they don't have a covered curing shack. Very cool. Old school mill. Wow. Very cool. Yeah, there's got to be something open here. I will find it. Oh, yes. I will. Yeah, I just sorted myself out. I got a nice little pound cake. This is one of those things that they had in, where was the place? Was it Astoria? With the cathedral, the Gaudi Museum? And I saw these, and it was these and chocolate in all the boxes. This is what one of the things was. So I saw it. I'm going to try it. I have no idea what to expect. It looks like a tiny little croissant biscuit. Also café con leche, and I got bocadillo con jamón y queso. Ham and cheese sandwich. I think I'm going to drink the coffee. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to put that and that in my food bag and do lunch on the road, I think, instead of sitting here and getting caught. So, ciao for now. Bye. Okay, nice stop at Nova Ruta. It was a Hotel Rural and Restaurante. That little flaky, sticky looking thing with the hole in the middle is exactly what it looked like. It was like it was a layered pastry. It's like a square croissant, but a few days old, so it wasn't soft and warm and gooey. Soft and warm. It was more layered and not even crunchy either. It was just, it was well set, and it had the sticky glaze on it. It was very good. Would I have bought a box? Would I have enjoyed buying a box of them? No. Maybe like around for a holiday or something like that. You buy a box, you put them out for the family. Something like that would have been nice. But then I put away the pound cake to eat later. And I put away the ham and cheese sandwich to eat later. And I filled up my water bottle and I drank the café con leche. So my plan now is continue the ascent. When it gets closer to lunchtime, I'll find like a nice bench in some shade and sit down and eat that ham and cheese sandwich and the pound cake or something like that. I might even save the pound cake for tomorrow morning, because I don't know what I'm going to have available where I stay, wherever I stay. So I don't mind carrying the pound cake. I do want to eat the sandwich today. And if I come across a town around lunchtime where I can get like a real lunch, then I'll eat there. I'll have a real lunch. I'll save the sandwich for a later push, because again, as my calculations go, I'm going to be walking till like 5 or 6. So I just want to be prepared. Have some energy. Big old ham and cheese sandwich. I often find that if you let them but if you let them sit for a little while in a bag or a wrapper, that the ends and the edges of the bread, which are crusty, and they're meant to be crusty, soften up a little bit. It just makes it a better eating experience for me when I'm on the go. So, yeah, we're gonna keep walking through this little town. And we will chat later. Bye. Random street dog. Do we pet the random street dog? It's probably a bad idea. Señor Perro. He's a big boy too. Big, chunky, well-loved Labrador. You just gonna walk up the road, Mr. Doggy? Huh? You just gonna walk up this road with me? Oh, get your trot on. You want me to run too? He's just peeing on everything. He owns this town. We're starting to get up here. Cool little town. Creepy window. Creepy window. I want to move on. Okay, once again, I don't know where we're going. I see the path goes there, and it is possible we go up and over. It is also possible we follow that way. I see the road goes there, so maybe we go up and over there. I don't know which way. I'm just following the path. But I am happy with the weather today, and we're gonna keep moving. Okay? Vamos! I'm walking along. I can't believe it. I run into Federico, my friend Pepe. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna chat with Pepe. Ciao. A Portela. It is only 10:20, but I don't know if this is the opportunity to take a break for lunch or not. I think it's probably a little too early. I do want to swap out my water. I filled it up in the sink at that place where I stopped for breakfast, and it tastes not great. So I want to switch it out for water that maybe tastes better. And so I'm going to look for a fountain. Is this? No, but it is a cool little statue. Let's see. What do you have to tell me, sir? Ah! See? Roncesvalles. 559. Santiago. 190. Vale. Vale. We're entering another little village here. Maybe this is appropriate time to grab lunch. I think it's probably about 11:30 or so, maybe 11:45. I'm not gonna look at the watch, but I am getting hungry. So I'm gonna roll through town, see if there's a place to sit and have lunch. If so, I'll do it fast. If not, I'm gonna find a place to replace my water and smash that sandwich and get moving. Okay, ciao, buen camino. Okay, there didn't seem to be like a good spot in that last town. So as I'm walking, I check the app. For the rest of my day, I've got another 10 miles to go. And there's probably about 5 more miles where it's this type of incline that I've been working on all day. And then the slope like doubles. On the app, it looks very, very sharp. In 1 mile, there's another town, and the app indicates that there are places to eat. So I moved through that one. I'm really banking on there being a restaurant where I can sit down, take a nice half-hour, 45-minute break, air out the feet, drink some soda, have a nice lunch, and then prepare for the climb, which is going to be, I think, a lot of work. I wouldn't say any harder than any of the other significant climbs I've done. It's just going to be long and a slog. I probably won't record much of it. I'm just going to chug away, but I want to fuel up and rest up before I hit that sharp slope. And then again, remembering that once I get to the top at O Cebreiro, I need to make sure I hit a grocery store, because I'm going to go another few kilometers, 4 maybe 4.5 past that, to where I'm planning on staying for the night. So it's going to be a rough one. We're going to stop up here, fuel up, and chat later. Ciao. What luck, my friends. Found this place that just opened, Menu del Dia. Very excited about it. There's a beautiful dog running around. Look, there's a bunny. Hola. Hola. Incredible. Very nice. There's the battle. Oh, he's gone. Yes, so I'm going to have chicken soup with a little bit of pasta in it. We're going to have a croquetas con pollo y queso. Hey, pero. And I'm having just a glass of vino tinto because it comes with the menu. I'm also having a Coke. And then for dessert is a torrejas. I was looking for this earlier. It's traditional Spanish dessert with eggs and condensed milk, and it's whipped. And then there's a little bit of cinnamon that comes on. So I'm gonna chill here. Again, I'm very happy I'm the first one. Got a seat inside. I can't tell if I'm gonna get the rain or I'm gonna get the sun. Come here. No, that dog is not interested in me right now. But when I first came in, she said hello. It was wonderful. So we're gonna eat and enjoy our lunch. Ciao. Yeah, this is gonna be good. That's the chicken soup I ordered. It's great. It's this beautiful broth with just, I'm steaming up my camera. It's beautiful broth with just a little bit of chicken and some egg, and I think pieces of corn and these very thin noodles. I love it. My croquettes and a little salad, and yes, I did what you think I did. 1 + 1 = 1. And the dessert. Torrejas. It's like kind of like French toast, actually, made with rice. It's very good. That place was good. I was the only person in there, and still when I left, I was the only person in there. I caught them right as they were opening. It is 11:30. I feel totally fueled up. The Coke and the wine, apparently to get the wine wasn't very good, so I just mixed the Coke with it, made my own calimocho. It was great. The chicken soup was fantastic. The croquettes were good, but it was just a lot of croquettes, and the tiny little salad just had oil on it, so I didn't finish it, but that's fine. The torrejas was phenomenal. This one, so I've had a couple, and this one, it was actually like, it was kind of like French toast and flan mixed together into one dish. It was really, really good. So I'm ready to go. I had my shoes off and the Crocs on, aired out the feet. It's gonna take a minute. I'm actually might just take my bag off and take a Nurofen because my feet are barking at me now that I've rested for a little while, and then I'm gonna keep going. So maybe I should do that now before we keep taking off. It was also cool to pet a dog, and there was a little rabbit in there too. So we're gonna begin the steep uphill ascent. I get the feeling we go around the corner. We go up, we go up, we go up, we go up. Alto, y alto, y alto, huh? Ciao. Buen camino.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
You know what I've noticed walking through this little town twice that I've seen is just a rack with walking sticks and poles that must have been donated or left behind. It's a really nice way to recycle those things, and perhaps perhaps somebody that is coming back from Santiago this way takes a whole load of them and drops them off in town before the steep ascent begins. That's nice to think. Oh, and there's a store. It is what it is. This is much too early for me to buy anything else to carry. I need to buy my stuff at the top in O Cebreiro. The steepness is about to start. I do not want to carry dry pasta and cheese and tomato sauce and bread all the way up there. I've still got the ham sandwich in my back, so I mean, maybe I just call an audible. Whoa! Maybe I just call an audible and eat the ham sandwich and my ramen tonight. Maybe that's what I do. Another old church. Every town has them, and we love them. Okay, buen camino. Andiamo. I gotta be careful. This guy doesn't see me coming. It struck me as I was going into that church and I was going to get a stamp that perhaps you didn't know what I was doing. I've talked about the credential, I've talked about getting stamps, but there you just kind of saw it. And sorry it was so clumsy. Maybe I'll try to do it again in the future in a way that I'm better prepared and I'm not fumbling around and I've got everything, in a good frame and all that. So there is a document that you saw me unfold, and you collect stamps along the way. I always get a stamp at the albergue where I'm staying for the evening. A lot of times you can pop into a church like that and they will have a stamp. Many cafes and bars and restaurants will have a stamp. And what that is you need that when you get to Santiago. You show your stamps that you've been collecting to prove that you've gone along the way, and you need to collect 2 a day. Now, Casa de Rosario, huh? I don't do rosaries. Hola, señor. Hola, gato. Hola, gatito. Yeah, I don't do rosaries. But I have gotten a couple bracelets. Not here. I think I've decided that I'm going to wait to get my scallop shell necklace, bracelet, whatever it is. The memento of the entire Camino. I'm going to wait until Santiago for that, so I don't have to carry it. I did get a bracelet in Leon, so that I always remember it. And I wish, going back, that I would have gotten one maybe in St. John, something in the major spots, right? St. John, Pamplona, Burgos, Astorga, and then I would come back looking like one of these travelers that has all kinds of beads and bracelets and all kinds of shit. Maybe I don't need that. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. I'm really glad I got the one in Leon, though, so I will always remember that day, the lessons, the feeling, the thoughts. Anyway, so back to the credential. Mine is getting full, and I think I talked about, I picked up one from a Benedictine monk in, I can't even remember what little town that was. at the tienda, the monastery store, because I was running out of room in the credential that I got in Saint Jean. The reason we do that again is because when you arrive to Santiago, you can earn a Compostela. That is a certificate that is issued by, I think, the church, maybe? Certainly the Pilgrims Association in conjunction with the church. And you get a certificate saying you've completed a Camino. And the requirement is that, and the requirement has just changed this year. In the recent history, you needed to walk the last 100 kilometers to Santiago while collecting 2 stamps a day in your pilgrim's credential, your passport, credencial. I believe this year, because the crowding and popularity from Sarria for the French way, Sarria to Santiago is just over 100 kms. From the Portuguese way, it's between Tui, which is the border city between Portugal and Spain along the River Minho. Valenta is the city on the Portuguese side, and Tui is the city on the Spanish side. I was there last year with my wife Amber and walked across the Minho Bridge, the bridge over the River Minho anyway. That is also another popular place, just will allow you to meet the requirements of 100 kms, but mine is really full. It's getting full, and I was going to run out of room, and so I picked up that second credential, which will allow me to, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, probably nothing, maybe something, it doesn't matter. And again, the Compostela is not what's important to me, that's not why I'm doing this, but a lot of people do this for the Compostela. In historical times, earning your Compostela, completing the Way of St. James, granted you a clemency, a forgiveness of some sort of terrible sin when you pass away and are judged at heaven's pearly gates, I suppose. And there's a lot of other stories tied up with this, so I want to be careful and let you know that what I'm saying is not well researched by me. These are whispers that I've heard and rumors and maybe apocryphal tales. But I also seem to remember hearing that the significance of the scallop shell used to be not that pilgrims wore it to identify them on their pilgrimage to Santiago, but they would be compelled by one reason or another, either because they wanted that special clemency, whatever it's technically called, from the church for a sin or a future sin or a get out of jail for free card. I think people could earn it for somebody else, so maybe a rich baron wanted a mortal sin forgiven, and he sent one of his serfs on this journey from wherever they lived in Europe to Santiago and then back again. But I have heard also that in some cases it was a result of a legal issue. A person was accused of doing a thing. Part of their sentence was, okay, well, you're gone. Go on pilgrimage. Go to Santiago. Go to the end of the world. Collect a scallop shell from the beach and come back. And that will be the proof of your journey. Again, all of these things, I'm not exactly sure what's true, what's not true. It's all very interesting. I don't know if it would have changed the context of my Camino or how I feel about it. It's possible that I'm going to be more interested and learn a lot more about it by the time, when I go home. There are a few movies that are pretty well known. I don't know if they're well known, but they're big now, and those are the reason that some people have been made aware of the Camino, that I'll probably watch when I return. I didn't want to, because I didn't want to spoil anything for myself. I wanted this to be an experience where I kind of knew what I was getting into. I've seen some of the videos, but I don't know everything. I didn't want to spoil everything for myself. I know some of the big landmarks, what to expect. but I wanted to also be able to view it with fresh eyes and wonder. So it's a little bit about the credencial, a little bit about the Compostela that is earned once a pilgrim completes their pilgrimage. And I'm gonna keep walking. Holy cats, do I have to go all the way up there? Look, mira. I don't have to go all the way up there, do I? It goes and I see a bridge all the way up there, and then I see a peak. So it is possible we have to go all the way up there. We don't know. But we will find out by the end of today. And by my calculations, I have 5 or 6 hours of walking left to O Cebreiro over the peak, and then another 4 or 5 kms to wherever that town is that I'm staying afterwards. Okay, buen camino. It's like green acres up in here. Just pastures and cattle and highway. It's fine. We're going up, we're going up, we're going up. More cattle. Should I hitchhike? Nah. No hitchhiking. I'm gonna walk, thank you. I think we are in the town of Rutelan. 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 If it was a hot day, I might pop in there and soak my feet in the stream. But it is a cool day, and I still have hours to go. And I think I gotta climb all that. So, we continue. Nice though. It's a nice little mountain town. Today we have seen dogs, rabbits, cows, and now, where are they at? Oh, what are those? Those are more cows, but sheeps. Okay, I see the sheeps. Let's go. Whew. Continuing to climb, continuing to climb. We go further and further, and I still think I gotta go over that. Las Herrerias. Las Herrerias. Herrerias. The accent is on the I. Herrerias. Okay. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Down, around, up, up, up. I think that's where I go. We're gonna find out. Whew. I know I said it a bunch, but this is where the heavy stuff starts. I'm gonna go 650 meters up. That is nearly 2,000 feet in 8 kilometers. 2,008 kilometers. 1,003 kilometers. This is gonna be steep. Someone do the math. Someone with a calculator do that math. This is where it gets steep, and we go up and up and up. Alto y alto y alto! Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready to power through. This is going to be hardcore.
Coca-Cola?
Cortado.
Hold
Okay, put back the cortado. And just around the corner on the patio at the same place. Patrick and Liz, my friends from New Zealand. And so we chatted just a moment. I peeled off yet another layer, put on my sun hat. I am ready to sweat in the sun. Let's go. Cows in the distance. Let's go. Checking me out. And this is the cutest thing in the world. Look. So cute. Look at these big cows. They look delicious. Okay. I love it. The cows just sit there and watch all the peregrinos come and take pictures of them all day. Incredible. Okay, I swear, now I'm going to start up the hill. I think I'm distracting myself on purpose. I'm not going to get there till like after dark at this rate. Okay, bye. Zzz. 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 This is heavy duty. Woo! We're going. This is where the bikers go. This is where the walkers go. This is almost exactly the same distance, but way more comfortable than this. So, have fun, bikers. I'm going this way. A very nice path. And someone's laid tiles and made a drainage to keep the path mostly dry. Incredible work. Thank you so much for doing it. I found another dog to pet. Oh, it's okay. He came over and let me pet him. It was wonderful. Hey, I made the climb up. That was a son of a bitch, but we did it, huh? And I might ask for another. I just soaked my hat in the fountain and washed my face off. Sweating a little bit. I was huffing and puffing up that hill. But here we go. Continue on. We go to O Cebreiro and then past. Okay, ciao. Señor. Okay, so I'm in La Feba, and that was about 350 or 400 meters of the 650 climb. So I'm like halfway or a little more than halfway done. I probably should have stopped and got a Coke or something back there, but I'm gonna push. There's an equal amount of elevation gain over an equal amount of time. I did that one in like, was it a half hour, 45 minutes? Something like that. I'm not keeping track. And this one, maybe I expect to be the same. If I run out of town here, which I think I will, hola, buenos días, then maybe I'll pull over right here, drink some water, eat that. Should I eat the pound cake? Maybe the peanuts. I'll eat the peanuts. Get some energy, power up the rest of that hill. Yeah, I think I've run out of town. Dumb, I should have grabbed a Coke. That's okay, no problem. I'll see you guys in a while. Bye. Continue, over. Let's go. up here. Starting to get close to that cloud deck again. But I wonder if up there is O Cebreiro. I'm gonna find out. Holy cats, we come up a long way, folks. That's a big climb today. And we're not quite done yet. There's the line of folks downhill. Will you look at it? Magnificent. Not done yet. We keep going up. Yeah. Yeah. Could that be the end of the climb? Is this O Cebreiro? Okay. I mean, I'll see with that sign up there, but my people, we are up here. We are almost touching the clouds today again. What a climb. I will say, that was probably the second hardest climb. Day one, definitely the hardest. This, I thought, was harder than going up to Fonte Badon right before Cruz de Ferro. So, second hardest. I mean, it was hard work. It's like a little bit after 2. I'm way ahead of schedule. I made really good time. Plowed ahead. I still haven't eaten my sandwich, so maybe I'd eat here. Maybe I see if the store is open here first. If not, I take it with me. Eat it at the albergue for dinner. If the store is open here, then I eat the sandwich here and make a nice pasta dinner tonight. Anyway, I shouldn't talk so much shit until I see a sign that says, "This is O Cebreiro. Ciao, buen camino." Nope, that was not O Cebreiro. O Cebreiro is another 30 to 40 minutes. So maybe my initial time calculations this morning was right. O Cebreiro in 30, 40 minutes. That'll make, let me look at my watch. That'll make maybe 3 o'clock at O Cebreiro. Stop into the grocery store, hope it's open. I hope it's open. And then push forward another 4 or 5K, another hour to an hour and a half, and get to my albergue in the next town, 4:30 or 5. No distractions. I don't think there's any bars, no restaurants, just quiet, dinner, relaxation, and we'll see who else shows up. Ciao. Look at it. Oh, crikey. That's the little nothing town I came from. We still gotta go up and up and over. And I don't know if down or around. No idea yet, but I'm gonna find it. You're coming with me. Let's go. From down there, down there, down there, down there, all the way down there. All the way down there. Would you look? We are up here. This is amazing. This is amazing. Look at it. Look at that. It gets the blood pumping. I do have to be careful. This is a sharp drop down there. So I step away from the ledge while I spin and do my little fancy camera work. Woo! Let's go. We have to be near the top, I think. And a picture or two. We made it all the way up to Galicia. Galicia, andiamo a Santiago, huh? Woo! More up, more up, more up around the corner. And then we'll see. Probably more up, but that's okay. We are in Galicia, people. I mean, holy crap, every time I come around a corner, 160 kilometers to Santiago. Every time I come around a corner, here's the corner. Yeah. Every time I come around the corner, we keep going. And then it looks like I keep going there. And then around there. Holy gosh. So, I know you're sick of it. I just want you to experience what I'm experiencing. Luckily, I've still got energy. I'm in good spirits. And every time I turn a corner, I expect to see more elevation in my future. That's just how it goes. That's how today is going to be until I reach O Cebreiro. And even then, after O Cebreiro, a tiny bit more elevation before I descend slightly over a few kilometers into the place where I'm going to stay. But we are really about to touch the clouds here. It's amazing. Beautiful, cool weather. I'm glad it hasn't been sunny. I'm glad it hasn't been rainy or windy. This is the perfect weather for a climb like this. So, my friends, buen camino. A rock wall. Signs of development up here. Does that mean that we're close? Don't get your hopes up, Joe. Keep walking. If this was a video game, we just entered a new location on the map. Maybe even a new zone. No, I don't know what it is, but it is very cool. Very cool. What is up there? Gets binoculars out. What's going on out there? Keep moving forward. Mind your surroundings. This seems like the kind of place that bandits would attack. Weary travelers. Weary travelers on their way to Santiago, subjected to a bandit attack. Oh no! This is a proper fortification. Wow. Incredible. What is it? We're up in the clouds. Would you like a picture of the two of you?
Sure. That would be wonderful.
Okay. I'm going to take a picture of these lovely folks. I'll be back. Okay, they confirmed this is O Cebreiro. Incredible. And I see people and things. And they said there's a store here. So, fingers crossed, the grocery store is open. I'm going to get some stuff for Din Din. Okay? Ciao. Oh, very cool. I love this. Whoa. I don't have time to dawdle here, but this is very, very cool. Leaving O Cebreiro behind and moving on. Linares is about 3 kilometers apparently, so nice 45-minute stroll. I did look, there should be a tienda open there, so fingers crossed. Otherwise I got my ham and cheese sandwich and a little bit of chocolate and my ramen. I'm gonna be fine. As long as there's a microwave and a bowl that I can heat water up in, I'm good. I also ran into Alex and Owen. I hadn't seen him since Burgos that night where we were all drinking wine. And then there was that cat from, I want to say from like Belgium or something. But he walked the Camino, and then he bought a bike and he biked around Spain, and then he is walking the Camino back, gonna pick up his bike and then bike home. Super interesting. I forget his name, but they all say they picked up some cheese and chorizo. They say they're gonna continue on to maybe the next town, so it's entirely possible I see them tonight. We'll see what happens. Look at this. It is a little chilly now and windy. I was sweating and it was really warm about halfway up. And I soaked my hat and I soaked my head. And then I got sweaty. So usually like that would be a big red flag for a situation like this, but now the sun's coming out. If it looked like the clouds were coming in and a storm was coming in, I probably would have hunkered down there because I'm a little damp and tired. I do have energy still. I had a coffee and a beer in there, and then I hustled out. So I'm gonna walk, see this little last bit of elevation gain, and then I think it's all downhill, so they say. I'll leave you with it. Galicia. Galicia. I can't wait to see what Galicia has in store. All of those places had pulpo, which is a specialty in Galicia. A preparation of octopus, but I do not eat that. So I'm going to be looking for other kinds of carne. This path that I'm on right now used to be the Camino. The official Camino Frances path right now is a different way. This is a complementario, which is a little bit of a branch. It's only an extra 100 meters, but it's largely unused now. Very cool. It's like I got the whole place to myself. Beware of bandits, Joe. And bears and lions and tigers. Oh my! We keep going. Vamos, amigos. See what I'm saying? This one is marked as complementario. It doesn't even show how far there is to go. But it's not far. It's a nice path. I'm probably like 15 or 20 minutes from the town where I'm staying, and I'm crossing my fingers that there's a little store open. It's called Casa Jamie, and it looks like there are some very basic supplies in there. Maybe I can find noodles. I'll whip up something for dinner. But I also will eat that sandwich when I get in town. Wish me luck, friends. Wish me luck. This complimentary route has been very nice, very peaceful. I'm so close to where I'm staying. Let's go. Okay, Let me get this camera over here. I've been on this complimentary route for, I don't know, almost a half hour. Certainly 20 minutes. I think it's closer to half hour. I hadn't seen a single soul this entire time. I decided I need to use the bathroom, and so I just stop on the side of the road and decide to use the bathroom right on the side of the road. Just a number one, okay? Very quick thing. Of course, one person on a bike comes flying down the hill just as I'm in the middle of peeing on the side of the road and says, "Buen camino." You can't make it up. I guess these things happen. Not a big deal. There is a turn in the road here. We go down there, and as soon as I come around this corner, I will zoom a little bit. That is where I'm staying. So, with any luck, the person who just passed me on the bike and saw me peeing on the side of the road, the first person I've seen in a half hour easily, will be staying at the same albergue, and we get to laugh about the whole thing. Okay. We have so much fun, don't we? Look at this. This is amazing. This is incredible. Buen camino, my friends. This is the little town. It's apparently very agrarian. We see lots of tractors, lots of farm equipment, and that's cool. Here's Casa Jamie. Let's hope it's open, and let's hope they have some stuff in here. Okay, so I went in there. They got all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's not like a full-on supermarket, but they got enough to make whatever, you know, a nice dinner if I want. So I ran into another Peregrino over there. He didn't speak any English, but what I sussed out was that there's a kitchen here and they've got stuff to cook dinner. So I'm gonna check out what they got. I'm gonna check in, see what they got, and then go back over to the store. They're open till 9. Hola. Hola, perro. Hola, perro. Hola, señor. Hola. Okay, I'm checked in. I got put in my room. Checked out the kitchen. I'm gonna go get me some pasta and sauce and cheese and bread and a bottle of wine, just like I said. Now I get to vent because I am frustrated. I go in and I get put in a top bunk after somebody that did not have, and I had a reservation. Somebody that did not have a reservation came in front of me and got a low bunk. No problem. Okay, it is what it is. And I got put in a top bunk, and the person whose belongings were in the low bunk that I am sharing the bunk with had, buenos dias, had all their stuff scattered on their bottom bunk. Typically, a bunk also comes with a chair, and the chair is for the person on the top bunk, because the person on the bottom bunk can sit on their bunk and do all their shit. The person on the top bunk needs a place to sit and put on their socks and pack their bag and all of that. So, finally, the girl comes in who's on the bottom bunk, and I say, yeah, I'm glad you're here. Can I use the chair? Because you can just sit on your bunk and do things, and I need a place, you know, unless I just want to sit on the floor and do all my stuff. And she was nice enough and moved her things and whatever. And I talked to her a little bit. Turns out, she didn't walk today. She took a bus. She took a bus yesterday. She's gonna take a bus tomorrow. She's not injured. And she took a bus because she didn't want to get injured. She didn't want to do the walk. What are you doing here? Why are you taking space in the albergue? I did a 20-mile, 8-hour shift up and down, and now I've got to climb up on a top. I'm just so livid. I very sarcastically asked these questions to her. So I have failed my patience practice for the day, and maybe I leave it there. I'm definitely not going to go out of my way to be considerate if she wants to sleep in or whatever the hell she's gonna do. It upset me. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my food, go back, take a shower, laundry, cook dinner, etc., etc. Have a glass of wine. I need to chill. Ciao. Look at the size of the paws on this guy. Wow. Okay. In and out. There was a bunch of people in there and they didn't seem to know what they wanted to do. I already knew exactly what I wanted to do. In and out. So, bag of pasta, jar of sauce, little bag of shredded mozzarella, a half a loaf of bread, and a bottle of wine that she said was very nice. €12.40. That is a banging deal because I think the wine was like €6. So my dinner was $6.50. The wine was $6. And now I go back. We'll just go ahead and do the tour now. This was the reception. This is where the botas live. This is where the sticks live. We know how I feel about that. There is laundry. No, that's not laundry. Little dining room. Here's the kitchen area with a couple toilets, a fridge, a cooktop, pots and pans, dishes, coffee machines, usually Garbo. Looks like a little bit of a backyard. Okay. There's some showers. Here we go into the dorms. Okay.
The front facing's loose, but the bit that goes over the bridge, that's tighter, that holds your foot back.